Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to tackle the garden. As you can see, it is in much need of tilling. It's been a pretty hard year for the garden this year. We've had so much rain early on and it stayed cool when we planted. So stuff's not growing the greatest, but nonetheless it is time to start getting the weeds out. So sorry about the wind, hopefully you guys can hear me okay, but anyway, we're gonna get the tiller and get at her. So I'll have to pull the hoses out of there and then we can get started. Okay, so we got the tiller up here in the garage, and it's a Troy built, and it says horse, so I'm guessing that's kind of the model of it. But anyway, it's a rear tine tiller. It's got forward and reverse, high, low. She's a bit of a Cadillac actually, compared to the one we had before. The one we had before was an old front tine tiller, and even with dropping the gauge spike on the back, you're still fighting to keep the thing back, and oh man, she was a pain to run. This thing here, I actually don't mind tilling the garden because it does such a nice job and it's easy to run. It's got a pull start, but it also has a battery, electric start. The battery is no good on it. It will, like let's say after you're done the whole garden, if you turn it off, at least it used to, you could start it with the key, but for the most part, you start it with the pull. I think it probably just needs a new battery, but because it starts up so easy, I've never really thought to get a battery for it. I just went out and started it up out of the implement shed, and what was it, second pull, and it started right up. So every year at the end of the season, I always put seafoam in the gas tank, and I think that helps. But yeah, it's a 7 horsepower, and she works good. So we're gonna just check the oil and make sure everything's tickety-boo on her, and then we'll get out there. So we checked the oil. Oil's good. I think she's got enough gas to last us a while. I don't know. She's got half a tank. I might put some in it. I don't know. I always put seafoam in my stuff when I put her away for the year, and I really do think it helps. You put so much in and then run it for a while and let it get into the carb, and then I'll shut her down and she fires right up in the spring. So yeah, so this is the adjustment for your speed. You got your fast and slow. This is to engage the the drive wheels, and then on this side, this engages the rear tine tillage. They call it a PTO, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's about it for the old girl. And then of course you got your depth adjuster there for how deep you want to till and that, but you can tell that this old girl's seen quite a bit of work. You can see the tines are pretty well worn, but she still runs good, still does a good job, and we picked her up for 50 bucks at the yard sale, so you can't beat her. And here's your good. So anyway, we're gonna get out there and get started. Alright guys, so as you can see, we got her all tilled up. Now Jess just has to come out here and weed the rows. So we got 4 rows of corn, 3 rows of beans, 2 rows of beets, but each row has like 3 rows in it, and a row of broccoli and cauliflower and celery. And then in the cages we got tomatoes, and then onions, and then more onions, and then carrots. And actually down there, it's not 3 rows of beans, there's at least 1 row of peas. And then a part row down at the far end, I'm not sure what, Swiss chard, and then there's squash and watermelon. Oh, zucchini and watermelon, and then 2 rows of potatoes and a row of glides and potato squash. Spaghetti, potato, patata. And then, yeah, we got 2 planters with cucumbers, and the idea is that they'll climb up the vines and the cucumbers will hang down. So you'll walk through and you'll just have a great big old cucumber hanging in front of your face. But anyway, long story. So, yeah, she's had the sprinkler up on the top half of the garden here, where majority of the stuff is growing. So you can tell it's a little bit damper, but anyway, so that's the garden in a nutshell. A bunch of hay knocked down. She went and checked the one field right here that I did 2 nights ago, and it's starting to dry, the top, so hopefully tomorrow I can rake it. But anyway, that's gonna do her. Once again guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button, helps us out lots, and leave us a comment. We've had a few comments coming in, and they're nice to read and reply to, so yeah. Alright guys, ciao.